Hola, hoy hablaré sobre los beneficios de ser bilingüe. Could anyone understand what I just said? Alright, well for those of you who couldn't, I said hello. Today I'll be talking about the benefits of being bilingual, and that's exactly what I'll be doing. I took 6 years of Spanish all the way through middle school and high school, and I considered myself fluent for a very long time. However, I haven't been using it that much anymore, and I have lost a lot of it. However, I did do a bunch of extensive research on the benefits of being bilingual, and I can clearly say that more people need to learn a second language in our society. According to Lauren Franklin, in her article published in the Daily Texan on October 6th, only about 15 to 20% of the U.S. population considers themselves bilingual, which is very low compared to Europe, which is about 56%. So I have this funny little cartoon that says, what do you call someone who speaks one language? American. So, today I will be talking about the perks and frankly the necessity of being bilingual in today's world. The need for more bilingual people is at an all-time high. In today's world, it's one of many cultures and different people, and if you can't reach out to these other groups and connect with them, it's very hard to succeed. On March 1st of this year, New York American Economy published an article that says that the demand for bilingual workers has doubled in the past 5 years. So, this means that the more languages you speak, the higher opportunity you have of getting a job. And this is simply attributed to the fact that most major American companies, and a lot of minor ones, deal with companies overseas. And if they don't have someone to translate or run these deals, they simply lose this business, making employees that can speak different languages very high priority. Also, one profession that is on the home front that doesn't deal with overseas companies is that's actually very much in need of bilingual employees is our nation's school system. Christina Amario writes in her article, Growing Number of Students Don't Speak English at Home, published in April of 2013, that there are 4.7 million students that were classified as English language learners, which means they weren't proficient in the English language. That is why it's so important for teachers to speak different languages so that they can help these students in their native tongue to reach their full potential and not have them fall behind just because they don't understand what's going on. Those are a few of the societal needs, but there are also many personal reasons why everyone should be bilingual. NIU Newsroom states in their article, 10 Benefits of Being Bilingual, that people who speak 2 or more languages are proven to be better multitaskers, which is a great skill to have in any situation. Also, when you learn another language, you tend to learn a lot about the culture behind it. And this just makes you a more well-rounded, thoughtful person because you're thinking not only about your life, but about the lives of people all around the world. Noir Awad says it best in his article, The Benefits of Bilingualism, published in the Daily on June 10th, 2017, that people who are able to communicate with people from other cultures are bridging many cultural and geographical divides. And it's really that bridge between cultures that we need most in our society today. Okay, so now you're probably wondering, well, how am I supposed to learn a second language? I'm a busy college student, I barely have any time in my schedule for that. And you're right, it's going to be very hard to learn another language, but not for the reason you're probably thinking. Amelia Friedman talks about just that in her article, Americans Lacking Language Skills, published in The Atlantic on May 10, 2015. In this article, she states that each year, language education loses more and more money in the national budget. So this means that there are actually less language teachers, less language classes, and by default, less bilingual people in our society. So what I propose to fix this problem is that the government should increase funding for language classes as early as 3rd grade. Because according to Harper Hayes' article, America's Problem with Foreign Language, published September 26, 2017, the critical period for learning a new language ends around the age of 10. So the earlier we start these classes, the more the students will be able to learn and retain this language and be more incentivized to take the classes later on in their life. So that would be a fix, but it's more for the future generations. And you're probably still wondering, well, how do I learn another language? I want to reap all the benefits of it also. Well, there are many outside sources that you can use, such as Rosetta Stone or a website called Duolingo, that immerse you in the language and can help you learn it very fast. Or you can try to squeeze in a few classes into your busy Cal Poly schedules. Hillary Jaguari wrote in her paper, Increasing American Bilingualism, that the U.S. is going to have to put emphasis on world language education simply to keep up with the global economy. In all, it is a very reachable goal, for no other reason than it has to be achieved, or America will fall behind the rest of the world. So let's say that these actions, or these plans went into action. What would this world look like with everyone speaking 2 or more languages? Well, it would be a healthier world with less mental illness. That's right. The Alzheimer's Society states in the article Bilingual Brains Are More Resilient to Dementia, published on January 30th, 2017, that bilinguals have connectivity in certain areas of their brain that make them more resilient to dementia. As you can see, the monolinguist has not very developed parietal and temporal lobes, and it causes a weak connection to the frontal, but the person that speaks 2 or more has very developed parietal and temporal, creating these strong connections to the front of the brain that actually wards off dementia for a very long time. The world would also be a nicer place. Appreciating Bilingualism, the first steps to reducing racism by Jenna Sudemeyer, claims that research into bilingualism is pointing to the fact that it reduces racism because of this cultural connectivity and awareness that you gain by learning the language. So as you can see, a future with emphasis on language education is a healthier, safer, and happier place. So get out there and try to learn another language so that you can reap all the benefits of bilingualism. And then let's be the generation that flips the script on language education and see to it that every school has a program for it so that our kids can grow up in a world where people aren't so obsessed with building walls, but with making connections. Thank you, and gracias.
Okay. Any questions or comments from Mike?